Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. Charles Bronson made a movie, I think, in 1983, 1984 called The Evil That Men Do. And that is such a true statement. And in particularly, those men usually have pale skin. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some Negro devils too, but at the end of the day, there's always been this plan from when they traveled to Africa and started snatching us up, bringing us to this land, whether it came to the house Negro versus the field Negro, they've always tried to divide us and cause tension between us and play us up against each other from, just certain things from the whole light skin, dark skin scenario to, just a whole bunch of different things. And I think now what you have going on in Hollywood is the new age, house Negro versus field Negro thing. And I think to a certain degree, what you have now, and particularly in Hollywood, you might say the British, European blacks are the house Negroes and the American born blacks are the field Negroes. Because now you have Larenz Tate, who's basically calling out Hollywood for basically continuing to hire British actors to play American roles. Like, keep in mind, there was controversy about a British actress playing Whitney Houston. Then you look at what happened with the Judas and the Black Messiah, and don't get me wrong, I like Daniel Kaluuya as an actor, but him playing Fred Hampton, to a certain degree, that was an atrocity and that was a slap in the face. Now, don't get me wrong, these British actors have a right to work, but then there are certain roles that they shouldn't be cast in. Because to a certain degree, even though there's racism overseas, and that's been documented, even though they tried to disguise it, we know it exists. But out here, it's just so visible. And it's more visible than ever. No matter how much they try to pretend, using whether it's American blacks, aka handkerchief heads, coons, coonettes, bed wenches, whatever you want to call it, versus, Euro Negroes. But at the end of the day, you see the divisiveness. But this is what they're doing in Hollywood. They're causing division and they're causing animosity. Now, if you want to have a British actor play a cop or something like that, okay, that's fine. But when it comes to historic roles, you kind of got to be like, I don't know about this. Just like they had a British actress playing Harriet Tubman. And then a lot of times you hear these British actors try to basically hate and take shots at the American black actors. Now, I'm going to say this. If you're not black, and I really mean this, do not comment in this video. This ain't none of your damn business. So butt out. Okay, real talk. And I know my regulars. And I really mean it. Stay out of this. No powdered milk comments in the comment section. This ain't your discussion. This ain't your business. This between us. Now, to my European brothers and sisters, feel free to comment. To my African brothers and sisters, feel free to comment. But we got to talk about this. Like I said, I hate it. Because at the end of the day, I got love for my brothers and sisters overseas just as well as my brothers and sisters in the motherland. But the problem is they don't sometimes return that same love. Because I'm seeing more videos where now some of them started to come around and say, hey, we were brainwashed. In Africa, before we came here, they was teaching us to have animosity and look down on blacks in America saying that they lazy, they don't have a work ethic, and they were basically going by what they saw on TV, which cinema TV plays a pivotal role in how we're perceived. Keep in mind, we're judged as a group, not as an individual, which I'll talk about that in another video. But I understand where Larenz Tate is coming from. I understand where he's coming from. There are certain roles that Larenz Tate should get to play. And I think Larenz Tate is a brilliant actor. And for the most part, he hasn't taken on roles where he basically, did something horrific, something to embarrass us as a group. Not to my knowledge, because I paid very close attention to Larenz Tate's career. Ever since I saw him in Boys in the Hood. I'm sorry, Menace to Society. Excuse me, Menace to Society. They both came out within like a couple of years of each other. And by the way, it's 2023. This is the 30th anniversary of when Menace to Society came out anyway, which I'll talk about that later on. But my apologies. I meant to say Menace to Society. But I have followed Larenz Tate's career from Dead Presidents to just a lot of different things. And now he's currently on Power Book 2 Ghost. And like I said, I understand what he's saying, but this is what Hollywood does. The problem is you get a lot of these people that try to play these games, and even the actors themselves try to play these games and say, oh, this is not happening. This isn't what's going on. And you know what's going on. You can see it. You can see it. It's visible. It's very visible what's going on. And like I said, you've seen some of these black British actors take shots. And then you definitely don't want to have a conversation with me about the Afro Latinos, because Zoe Saldana, I'll have a big problem with her. I really don't mess with her at all, because now all of a sudden she kind of seemed like she want to sway over to the I'm black, I'm one of y'all, when she went out of her way to say, well, I'm not really black, I'm Latino and all that stuff, because like I said, a lot of them play that game. But the funny thing is, I know for a fact that all Latinos don't get along, even though John Leguizamo trying to play them games. And by the way, I'm going to say this again, because I got a video for John Leguizamo's ass too. Once again, y'all didn't build a damn thing, and you didn't create no damn hip hop. And I can prove it. You didn't. So stop taking credit for something that y'all asses didn't do. Hip hop was created, innovated, and turned into a $1 billion entity by black artists. Facts. Okay? But anyway, getting back to this situation with Larenz Tate. You've seen Samuel L. Jackson talk about this. You've seen other actors talk about this. Another thing that I think the reason why they're going the European route is they'll work for cheaper. It always comes down to cost. Keep in mind, there's always been this thing. They think we supposed to just always take the first offer that they throw at us. They're shocked. They think with us, they don't supposed to negotiate. They think, hey, here's $100,000, do the role. But they don't come at the white actors like that. I guarantee you. Hey, Ben Affleck. Hey, Matt Damon. Hey, Mark Wahlberg. Hey, we want you to do this role. We're going to give you $2 million. Nah, I don't know about that. We're going to set up a meeting. You're going to talk to my agent or agents, and we'll figure something out. But with us, hey, man, why don't you do this movie? Yeah, we'll give you this. Nah, for this role, I think I need a little bit more. We decided to go another direction, because that's the thing. They've always devalued us. They've always tried to lowball us. And to a certain degree, it's our fault because sometimes, or should I say a lot of times, we don't stand on our circle. One thing about me, I don't take no first offer they throw at me. I don't do those nigga deals. And y'all know what those are. You gonna negotiate with me. And that's just real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because I know my worth. And I'm not going to let you just throw anything at me and think I'm supposed to take it. And I'm not going to let you think that you're doing me a favor, because actually I'm doing you a favor by gracing you with my presence and my talents. So you can get the middle finger. But yeah, I understand where Larenz Tate is coming from. He's making a valid point. You know, to a certain degree, they got to be a fine line and they got to be some discussions. But at the end of the day, how many times have I told and said that these black actors need to put their resources together secretly? Because you already know when you make it publicly known that you're trying to tally up property, for some reason, the property you may be looking at, all of a sudden they got other people looking at it, or all of a sudden they'll start miraculously raising the price. I know y'all haven't forgot what they tried to do they did do what they did to the Wayans brothers when the Wayans brothers was interested in building a studio in Oakland. They was playing games with them. They didn't want them to have them. Now, we already know why they gave Tyler Perry that studio in Atlanta, because look at the type of material Tyler Perry puts out. So there you have it. But anyway, let me know what you brothers and sisters think. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.